Isn't it such a beautiful night?
Oh, it's a perfect night for sailing to Bermuda.
Oh. You know, since Liz let me borrow the clothes tonight, there's no need to wait until tomorrow to leave like we'd planned to.
You are as happy as a kid at Christmas, you know it.
Oh, I can't wait to be in Bermuda. I'm going to an elegant dinner and ball, and I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, but wouldn't it be wonderful if someone at the resort recognized me? Just someone knew who I was.
Well, it won't be long before Luis and I trade in our coffee here for cocktails on the beach in Bermuda.
You lucky dog, you.
You know, it is going to be an incredible trip, especially that fancy dinner and ball.
And I am so glad that you're going.
I am too, Luis.
Okay, coffee. I promised.
I'm doing the right thing here, Hank.
I know it must be hard on you going back to the place where you lost Sheridan. But if anybody can help make it better, it's Beth. You used to be head over heels in love with her, and she's never stopped loving you. Who knows what can happen?
Well, you just take it easy, all right?
I know, you're right. You gotta go at your own pace. I'm just happy that you're finally moving on after losing Sheridan.
How could Princess burn up the Book of Spells? She knew it was Timmy's only means of saving the real Charity.
Must everything be explained to you, Tim Tim? The Book of Spells might have saved Charity, but it would have signed your death warrant in the meantime.
Timmy was willing to take that risk.
Hello? Hello? Your princess couldn't bear the thought of life without you. She burned the book to save you.
Timmy knows Tabitha cares about him, but Tabitha's told Timmy that no self-respecting hag can call herself a witch without having a book of spells.
She loves you more than the witchcraft, okay? Do you get it? She's a loser as a bad guy. No wonder her ex-friends in the basement gave up on her.
Don't worry. I can hold my own with the best of them.
Oh, get real, old lady. You're nothing but a bad-for-nothing, washed-up old softy. Ugh! You should be leading a Girl Scout troop.
Timmy loves his princess too.
Listen to her, Tilly. It's all a load of nonsense. I'd have done the same thing for anyone.
Please, Teresa, you can put a stop to this right now. Just tell him you've changed your mind.
I'm sorry, Ethan, but no. I stand by every word my attorney has said. This house belongs to me. And since the two of you had no problems throwing me out, well, I see no reason not to do the same to you.
Why, you...
No, Rebecca! Oh, Rebecca, let go! Let this go!
We're not gonna get away with this, Teresa!
No, Mother! What's going on here? This is unruly, objectionable, unacceptable, reprehensible, outrageous. Oh, no, you don't. Whoa, can't we all just get along?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Not only can I use my dolls to manipulate the lives of everyone in Harmony, but, oh, I can see what everybody's doing. Right now, Teresa's about to stick to my plan that I gave her as Julian in Hell. Yup, she's in the Crane Mansion right now, sticking it to Ivy and Rebecca. Or Ivy and Rebecca are sticking it to her. I don't know which.
When Zombie Charity was disguised as Julian, he told Teresa that if she followed his plan, she'd get Ethan back. Is that really gonna happen?
Listen, kid, I'm not out to play matchmaker. I'm here to bring chaos and misery and pain, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Cease and desist this unwarranted attack upon my client's person.
Stop! Back off, Ivy! Or I will hit you harder than any bolt of lightning.
Rebecca, stop! All right, enough is enough! Teresa's pregnant, for God's sake!
This is outrageous, bodacious, and disgracious.
Disgracious? That isn't even a word.
If I misspoke, it's due to my shock, stun, and disbelief that my client, now pregnant with the heir to the Crane Empire, was a victim of a voracious, audacious, inexcusable attack. Are you all right? Are you all right? Did these Harridans hurt you?
Yes, I'm fine.
You know, if they did hurt you, it would be a coup to our case. I have a wheelchair and crutches in the car. Well, we'll forget it, Fogo. We'll let this one slide.
Mother, you need to calm down. Right? You're in no condition to fight anyone.
Mother, I really can't believe this. I mean, come on, resorting to physical violence?
Yeah, I would resort to pistols at 20 paces if it would get rid of Teresa. No, this is not over. Not by a long shot.
Mija, are you sure you're all right?
No neck pain, back pain, concussions, contusions,
No,
anything?
I'm fine. I'm okay. Thanks to Ethan and you protecting me.
I'd like to speak to my daughter alone, please.
Well, as Mrs. Crane's attorney.
I would like to get Teresa to see reason, and I don't think it's possible with you influencing her.
I need to stay nearby my client to protect her from any more unwarranted, unlawful attacks. You saw what happened here. These women are vicious, violent, uncouth, and unruly.
All right, Teresa, we need to talk. I don't know what kind of cell job this guy gave you, but confrontation isn't the way to get what you want. All right? This guy isn't looking out for your best interests. He's just trying to make a quick buck.
That's inflammatory and derogatory.
And true. Please, Teresa, let's talk this through. We'll handle things a better way.
Exactly what is your interest in my client precisely?
Ethan and I used to be engaged. We were extremely close to being married.
Well, I'm beginning to see with much clearer clarity now.
See what?
The injustice of rich, wealthy people taking advantage of poor people. You use this poor, innocent beauty for your own pleasure.
But that's a lie.
Well, I see what happened here, and so will a jury. Yeah, it might even be a cinematic movie deal in this. Housekeeper's daughter passed from the once heir of an affluent, wealthy family to the father of said family, as if she was a pre-owned sports utility vehicle.
This is outrageous.
Oh, I'll say. This child has been abused more than I ever dreamed, realized, or imagined.
That's not how it was. Tell him, Teresa. Tell him that's not how it happened. Tell him that's not true.
Hey, check this out.
What you got?
This book is about a man who's out to sea for months. He used to write a letter to the woman he loved, put it in a bottle, throw it out into the ocean, hoping that somehow it's gonna reach her.
It's so romantic.
You think? Sounds kind of weird to me. How does this guy ever think that his letters are actually gonna reach the woman he loves?
Doesn't sound so far-fetched to me.
Why not?
Because I did the same thing. I wrote a letter to Sheridan, I put it in a bottle, I tossed it out to sea, hoping that it would find her.
You know, the closer we get to Bermuda, the more I wonder what's in store for me there.
Really? You know, I hadn't noticed.
I know I'm sounding like a parrot, repeating the same thing over and over, and I am trying not to get my hopes too high.
I know, but you can't help yourself.
I just want to find out who I am and where I come from. You must think I'm so silly to still be so hopeful.
Never. I admire you for having the faith and courage to not give up.
Without you in my corner, I would have given up on hope a long time ago. You've been so wonderful, so supportive.
You know how I feel about you. I just want you to find what you're looking for.
Brian, there's something in the water.
What is it?
I can't tell.
Well, easy enough to find out. Ah, it's just a bottle. Someone threw their trash over, that's it.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Teresa, just tell your lawyer that that's not how it happened. Tell him that's not how it was.
Ethan, the truth is, I really don't know how it was. I thought that you loved me. I thought that we were gonna spend the rest of our lives together.
You make it sound as this mess is all his fault. You're the serial liar here, Teresa, the two-timing tramp who wouldn't tell the truth to Ethan no matter how many chances he gave you.
That's defamatory and derogatory.
Teresa, we can't be together because you weren't honest with me. You broke my faith and trust in you.
Well, all I know is I have to protect myself and my baby. I don't have anyone anymore, Ethan. I'm completely alone.
Teresa, you have your family.
Mama, we barely get by as it is. Soon I will have a baby to take care of. Now, how can we afford that with things the way that they are?
Teresa, I told you that we would work something out for you and your baby. Look, just don't believe the promises this charlatan is making.
That's slanderous, libelous, and litigious.
Shut up! Please, don't do this. Let's just work this out between us. You trust me to do that, don't you?
Well, now that Teresa's wreaking some havoc over at Shea Crane, let's see what's doing with Sheridan and Luis. Oh, Sheridan's on her way to Bermuda with hot bod Brian. Oh, you're gonna love what I'm planning once they get there.
Now, what's to plan? Brian, Sheridan, and Luis are still under the curse that I cast on them the night the Titanic sank.
I can do better than that. And I will.
How?
Oh, well. If I told you that, it would spoil all the fun. But trust me, big stuff's going down in Bermuda. And when it does, Luis and Sheridan will never be the same.
Somebody's making it worse for poor Luis and Sheridan.
Yes, much worse than Tabitha ever did. Much worse.
You really put a message in a bottle for Sheridan?
Hank, it's not something I would normally do. I was desperate. Just to try and contact her any way I could. It was when I went down to St. Lisa's Island to bring Beth's boat back. One night I went out on the water alone. You know, just get some time to think. And even without any distractions, all I could think about was Sheridan. And I felt so close to her. It was like I could reach out and touch her. It's strange how I felt that way so many times on the island. Like Sheridan was just around the corner or in the next room. That I just missed seeing her on the beach by seconds. I had so much that I wanted to say to her because so much was left unsaid. I was desperate for a way to let Sheridan know what I was thinking, feeling. Then I remembered something Papa told me about the immigrants when they came to the U.S. from Ireland. How men on the boats wrote messages and sealed them in bottles, hoping that somehow they'd make it back to their loved ones. So I decided to do the same thing. I wrote a letter to Sheridan. I put it in a bottle and tossed it out to sea, hoping that it would find its way to her.
Can you snag it so I can see what's inside?
Yeah, whatever makes you happy.
I can't wait to get a closer look.
You're right, there is something inside it.
I knew it! It's a letter.
You're kidding me.
No. It's a love letter. Listen to this. My love, I hope this letter reaches you.
Tell your attorney that you've changed your mind. They want me to handle things.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Down come baby, the cradle and all.
Your main concern is your mother. You think that despite the divorce that Julian got, that she's still legally his wife, entitled to all of his estate. You're looking after your mother's best interests, and I respect that. But I need someone to look after me and my baby. That's why I hired my attorney. It's not personal. It's just business.
Exactly, precisely, and expressed so concisely.
Well, I'm not gonna fight with you, Teresa.
I don't want to fight with you either. But it's clear that I have no choice.
I hope this won't come between us as friends.
I hope not either.
My instincts and intuitive nature compel me to query something on you.
What?
You're after more than just the Crane name and fortune, aren't you? You're after Ethan, too.
You wrote a letter to Sheridan, put it in a bottle, and tossed it into the ocean?
That's right.
Do you even remember what it said?
Yeah. I remember every word. It started out, my love, I hope this letter finds you.
I know it would be a miracle, but you made me believe in miracles. Despite all odds and countless obstacles, one can find their soulmate, and you are mine, my beloved. Now all I have is the blessing and curse of memory, pleasure and pain joined in all my thoughts of you. I would do anything, give anything to have you back. But you are gone, my love, lost to me forever, and I am lost without you.
Know that I will always love you with all my heart and soul, and that I will wait for the day, the hour, the minute that we can be together again.
True love. This is what true love is.
The nerve of Teresa telling Ethan that it isn't personal, that it's just business. And if that were true, she wouldn't want us out on the street.
Yes, Teresa just proved exactly what she is all about. Money. When she went after Ethan. That's why. Because she wanted to get his money because he was the heir to the Crane fortune. But when she found out he wasn't a Crane, no. Then she had to go after Julian. Now that little claim jumper is not going to get away with it. No way.
Mother? Ivy? Why don't you two calm down?
How can I calm down when I am looking at the rest of my life in a cardboard box wearing thrift store clothes, all because of that little chalupa?
Well, Teresa wouldn't have forced her hand if you hadn't had her thrown off the estate.
Oh, Gwen, you are so right. You know, in hindsight, we should not have booted her out of here. No, we should have locked her in the wine cellar and thrown out the key.
We'll still win the war, Rebecca. Teresa has that shifty shyster for a lawyer. We have Ethan. We'll come off as reasonable and respectable. Teresa will come off as the gold-digging trash that she is.
Teresa isn't trash. She's just a victim of Julian's lechery.
Victim, my numb fanny.
You know, I think Teresa's strong-arm tactics are partially due to you and Rebecca telling her that I was going to make sure she got nothing and then throwing her off the estate.
That's what I said.
You underestimate her, Ethan. Teresa is a master manipulator. She's only out for herself.
Ivy's right. And it is appalling how selfish some people can be, especially when they're not entitled to anything. What?
Look, the bottom line is that Teresa's carrying Julian's child. And although I don't think that she should get the entire estate, I do think she's entitled to some kind of support.
Yeah. Well, I vote for welfare.
I meant that we need to make arrangements to provide for her and the baby.
Never.
You think I'm doing this all to get Ethan back?
I certainly most definitely do.
Teresa, is this true? Are you still hoping to reconcile with Ethan?
Anything that I say to you is completely confidential, right?
Absolutely, positively. You're protected by what we lawyers in the legal profession call attorney-client privilege.
Well then, speaking confidentially, yes, I do want Ethan back. I don't care about the money at all.
I am sickened, stricken, shocked, and stunned.
So am I.
You heard me. I just want Ethan back. I don't care about the money. It doesn't matter.
Look, Teresa, as your attorney, who not only bills you by the hour, but also gets a very hefty percentage of anything you might receive here in this case, I'm gonna have to insist that you refrain from ever using those 3 words, money doesn't matter, again.
But it's true. I just want Ethan back. I'm not doing this for the money.
Honey, you don't have to plead insanity to win a civil case.
I don't think that you understand.
No, I don't. I don't understand, Teresa. Threatening Ethan's invalid mother and the other alleged Mrs. Crane with eviction is a very strange, most unusual way of winning him back.
See, I've tried everything else, and this is the only way I have left.
Teresa, we need to talk.
Mama, I have
Alone.
made my decision. Okay, you both saw the way that Ethan looked at me tonight. There's the concern that he showed for me. Ethan still loves me. And I know that deep down he still wants to marry me, and all I have to do is get him back, and the rest will take care of itself.
The Bar Association says my tactics are dubious, devious, and damnable. Huh. Who but me or myself could have put this idea in your head?
This can't be happening.
Oh, but it is, my pet.
You've died and come to join me in hell.
You just said there might be a way for me to get Ethan back.
Not to mention, get even with Ivy and Rebecca at the same time. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Of course. What would I have to do?
Well, you just follow my little plan. It's as simple as ABC. Voila! Our deal is sealed. Now you will follow my plan, and Ethan will be yours. This is hell, Teresa, not some fairy tale. Here we pay a hefty price for the sins we commit while alive.
Now, do you want to hear the rest of my plan or not?
I don't know.
Listen carefully and commit each step to memory.
Who put this idea in my head? Someone burning to see me get my due.
Well, whoever it was, I hope he or she knew what they were talking about when they said what they did in speaking to you.
I'm so happy.
Something's definitely happening to Sheridan. And whatever it is touching her soul and warming her heart.
Not on my watch. No, 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 no. I'm gonna take care of those warm and fuzzy feelings right now. Wait a minute.
How so?
Oh, I'm just gonna give Sheridan some hope, and when I take it away, it'll be much more painful.
When her hopes are dashed and she's left
Totally devastated.
Jimmy's had enough. He's going downstairs to have more Timmy.
Me too. I think I'll join you. It's been a long day.
What's the matter, you two? You don't have the stomachs for my evil plans?
No, Timmy doesn't.
Nor do I. Not when there's a nice frosty martini waiting for me.
Well, you sorry saps better toughen up, because the worst, or shall I say the best, is yet to come.
Put my heart and soul into that letter. Not that I thought that Sheridan would ever find it. It's just... I just wish I knew for sure that she could somehow know how I felt.
I can never write something like that. But I admire you for doing it, Luis. It was beautiful.
Most beautiful letter I've ever heard.
Beth, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dredge up Sheridan again. Especially since you and I are going to Bermuda together.
It's okay, Luis. I know how much you loved Sheridan. And hearing how you felt in your own words, I can only imagine how much she would have loved reading that letter.
Well, I guess I'll never know, will I?
This letter, it just moved me so deeply to read it. The love that this man and woman shared for each other, it's just so passionate. It's so pure. I mean, to think that this man and woman shared a love that was so strong that he would do anything to reach her, even put a message in a bottle.
I remember my father telling us a story about Irishmen crossing the ocean to come to America. He said that a lot of them had to leave their families behind, so they would write letters and put them in bottles, seal them up, toss them back in the sea, hoping one day somehow that they would find their way back to their loved ones and their home.
That is so beautiful. I wonder what it's like to be loved this much by someone. What am I saying? I know what that kind of love is like. That's the one thing from my past that I do remember.
special love. One that transcended space and time.
I wonder.
Wonder what?
I wonder if this letter's for me. If it's from the man that I love.
Oh, thanks for the martini, lad. I need something to calm my nerves after doing time with zombie Blondie. Oh.
Timmy doesn't like being around her either. And her dolls freak Timmy out. If only Tabby hadn't burned up the spell book, Timmy could save Charity and zap zombie Charity at the same time.
Yes, but you'd have been risking your life as well.
Timmy guesses it comes with being a real boy.
I don't want to lose you, Timmy. And if getting rid of the Book of Spells keeps you safe, then it's worth it. Oh, well, enough of this babble. I've got some sewing to do. Don't forget to do your chores, lad.
Since Spellbook went up in smoke, Timmy guesses he has to find a new way to save Charity. Oh. After he cleans out Fluffy's litter box.
Evening, boys. I came to give you a progress report. Unlike Hagatha, you'll be pleased with what I'm doing on a number of fronts. I guarantee my multitasking will bring pain and heartache to every romance in Harmony, with bonus misery in Bermuda. All love will be destroyed. You have my word. I thought that would make you boys happy.
Can I get you anything else?
No, no thanks. I'm fine.
Oh, well, I see Hank ate most of the cookies as usual. Do you want some more?
Yeah. No, actually, I'm not really that hungry. Okay. Beth, wait. Come here. Sit, please. I want to talk to you. Okay. Yeah, about the letter to Sheridan. I mean, you were right. I did love her. We had something that was very special. It's not just something that I can forget.
Maybe this letter is to me. Maybe it's from the man that I love.
You know, yeah, it could be. I mean, after seeing the way that the Bermuda Triangle's in a flux the other day, anything's possible.
Brian. You're so wonderful to try and give me hope when you know what I'm hoping for is the impossible.
Diana,
No, I know. I'm just grasping at straws here. There's no way this letter could be to me. You're so wonderful to not want to burst my bubble, though.
I just want you to be happy. To have love in your life.
To have love and happiness. Yeah, I want that. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm always looking to the past for something that's long gone. But my happiness could be right here in the present. Closer than I think.
How can you think that taking legal action against the Cranes will get you Ethan back?
I have my reasons, Mama.
Well, where did you get them? Who put these ideas in your head, Teresa?
I'm sorry, Mama. I know what I have to do. I can't, and I will not change my mind.
Heaven help you, mija.
Well, it's clearly obvious we cannot negotiate, facilitate, or mediate an agreement here.
You're right about that.
There is nothing to mediate. Teresa is not Mrs. Julian Crane. She is not entitled to anything.
Oh, I doubt a judge and jury will see it that way once I present the factual truth of the case. In any event, it seems I have no choice but to proceed, move forward, and advance without terrible fight against this unbearable, undeniable injustice that my client has suffered. Good night, Ethan. All right. Good night to you, wanna be but aren't gonna be Mrs. Cranes. May I suggest that you start looking for new digs? Because you will soon be ejected and evicted from this place forthwith. You know, I am going to enjoy this case more than I thought, Mrs. Crane. See you in court.